Waiting for a few people to tap in. I'm live on YouTube and also live on Facebook. We're going to have a discussion, a real good discussion. I like to call it conversation and reviews, locker room conversation, adult conversation. When you have adult conversations, yes, certain cages are going to be rattled. And I don't mind rattling cages. For those chiming in, whether on YouTube or Facebook, please put a number 1 in the chat so I know you here. Like the video, comment, and share. Your boy's growing, about to hit 97,000 subscribers. Let's continue to grow. Let's continue to put things in proper perspective. The dating market, we already know what time it is when it comes to that. I got a couple of people that got a couple of things to share, and we're going to get active. So y'all know my motto when you come to my house. Grab your shoulder pads and your helmet, and let's get this work. Let's go.
Well, it's looking like the day has come to where a lot of the women are fed up and done with the whole sprinkle movement.
This is my homegirl, Danica Marie. We've been knowing each other for some time now. She gives real good advice. She's always on point. Her delivery and her angle of coming at certain things can be different, okay? But the marriage that her and her husband have is amazing. So she's highlighting some things based off her experience, based off what she sees from a woman's perspective. And it's always good to hear things from a woman's perspective. I said a woman, not a 304, not a modern feminist, but a woman of good character, a woman of culture, a woman of good integrity. Let's continue.
And I hate to tell y'all so, but we warned y'all about this. More specifically, the men warned y'all about this. Fellas, y'all are right. Y'all were right. And I just hope that one day, very, very soon, a lot of us women can learn to take heed to your advice, take heed to what you all are saying, and actually follow up behind it. Okay, now, ladies, I'm not telling y'all to follow up behind these guys who are angry, who hate women, who always are trying to tear women down. No. But the men out here who are actually having your best interest at heart, please listen to them. The men that...
There are good women. There are good men. Good women and good men have been walking around the universe for some time now. But you have to, and I say it a lot, you have to look at who you choose versus who you pass up or throw away. Now, when it comes to friendly advice, when it comes to observing one's character, whether it be a woman or a man, one has to observe that character. One has to be willing to think outside the box. Okay? And I know oftentimes, especially on TikTok and Instagram and so forth, there's a lot of videos out there disrespecting men, especially black men, emasculating men, especially black men, talking trash, being disrespectful against men, especially black men, but yet it's never highlighted the good things that man does, the good things that black man does. Whether that man is a husband, boyfriend, father, or just an outstanding individual. The good things are rarely talked about, but the bad things are talked about. I'm going to let that marinate.
That you want to actually be with, You know, the ones that are respectable, respectful, the ones that you want to be your husband, listen to them. See, this is the reason why so many men are done with relationships, because y'all have been ignoring them. Every little piece of advice, you want to shame them. You want to tell them they don't know what they're talking about as it pertains to them. Craziness. Why aren't y'all listening to men about what men want? About
I remember when dating or first started dating, I wanted to know about women. So what I did was I sat down with grandma. I sat down with grandpa. And I had that old school, y'all know, that fruitful conversation. The type of conversations that make you go, when they give those advice. And I got to hear it from a woman's perspective and a man's perspective in one room, in one setting, over some tea and cake. And we talked. Because growing up, yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. Yes, sir, no, sir. Be respectful. Be cordial. Know when to speak. Know when to bridle your tongue. Know how to get up and move. Know how to back it up and sit down. Right from wrong. This is the person, the type of person, in my case, this is the type of woman that you date. This is the type of woman that you don't date. This is the type of woman that you give your time to. This is the type of woman you don't give your time to. And we begin to understand those things. Somehow along the way, we start doing our own thing. Somehow along the way, we're not trying to listen. We want to be stubborn and hard-headed. My mother always said, a hard head make a soft ass. You can be stubborn and hard-headed if you want to. You're going to mess around and you're going to find out. Whoa, Nelly, I found out. So when you know these things and you bump your head long enough, now it's time to reflect, regroup, and do something different. The way I was raised, it doesn't matter about the color of your skin, it's your character. Period. That's it, that's all. I was raised with Caribbean traditions, roots. So therefore, I know how to operate. Have I lost my way at times? Yes, I have. I'm a man, I can admit that. I've made mistakes, but I had to reel it back and reflect and look at what I've done. What can I do better? How can I be better? So that the best version of myself can be seen by many. Let's continue to feast.
what men need, about how a man can pour into you. Instead, y'all want to listen to the most toxic of females, like the sprinkle lady. And now here y'all are, crying, begging, pleading with each other and with yourselves, like, why did I listen to this lady? I'm not built for this. Y'all, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. Get your popcorn, your juice, your water, because this is a little bit of a lengthy clip that we're getting ready to dive into. So,
and get your mushroom coffee. Shout out to mushroom coffee. It's good for the body, good for the soul, good for the mind. All right? Bet.
So, yeah, without further ado, let's hop into these women finally realizing that, yes, the sprinkle movement is trash. And no woman with morals, values, self respect, and decency should listen to this, do these things, or follow any of this advice. Run the clip.
So today I planned on making a video talking about how pimp culture and early 2000s rap music was really damaging to women because of all the misogyny. But if you start pulling at the thread long enough, eventually you're going to unravel the whole sweater. And I thought about it more, and it made me think about how much sex work is promoted to young women by female rappers today and how it's really causing a problem. I want to get into that. And unlike my other long form content, this video is not really going to have much structure. It's really just word vomit, but I promise I'm going to land the plane and it's all going to make sense, okay? So the original tweet reads, the amount of Black British women dating transactionally these days is crazy. A girl responds saying, not being funny. I feel like men exaggerate this. I honestly don't think the girlies are out here being beggy like you claim they are. And the quote tweets on this truly made me sick to my stomach and really sad. And I was seeing all of these screenshots of these conversations between men and women, and a girl responding to a guy on Hinge saying, hey, can you pay for my nails, please? And he says, in exchange. And she says, I'll send you a pic when they're done. This girl flat out saying, how much money would you spend on our first date? Which is insane. And some girl going back and forth with a guy talking about bare minimum, saying like, when I wake up, I want coffee delivered to my house. And when I say I want my nails, and I want to get the Cash App immediately, I want the princess treatment. And this one right here really made me take a long, deep sigh because it's a conversation between a guy and a girl. And I'm guessing she's ending things. And he says, because I won't buy you a $4,000 purse when we haven't met yet. This generation is crazy. And she says, yeah, because I'm a good time and suck good.
As a man, not a lollipop simp, because lollipop simp dudes are totally different from men. A man, a king. That is very disrespectful. And when I hear women that speak like that, I ask myself, is this the type of woman I want to bring home to my family? Is this the type of woman I want to bring to the family gathering? Because I'm going to tell you, a woman that behaves that way, a woman that looks that way, a woman that talks that way, a woman that walks like that, I bring that type of woman to the family house. It would not surprise me to have Big Mama pull me in the kitchen and have a private meeting about who the hell I brought and to take that thing back where I met her at. Now that's a blow to many, especially if you come from a place where you was raised. You knew better. You did better. You knew what not to do. You knew who not to bring over to the house. We can easily switch the goalposts. What do you mean? Bring Pookie and Ray Ray and Larry and them to the house, Missy, and watch your father or your mother bring you in the kitchen and have a private meeting. Why did you bring that thing in this house? You need to take that thing back where you met him at. See, you can easily switch it. It's a two-edged sword conversation. That's why you have to be careful about who you date. Either you're a man or a woman, you need to be careful. You need to use wisdom and discernment. A large number of individuals, they wait until things happen to use wisdom and discernment. You want to wait until you get your heart broken. You want to wait until you get used and abused. It's not a thing of what is most common to say. How come you didn't pay attention to the red flags? How come you didn't pay attention? No, why did you stay? It was something about this individual that made you choose that particular individual over other options that you had. And those options, I guarantee you, those individuals were respectful, they was cordial, they were nice, they met you halfway, they had good conversation, talented and gifted in their own way. You friend zone that person. You overlook that person. But you were so drawn in, sucked in to the Pookie and the Ray Ray and the Larry and them. And then get mad at what they do to you. Or you got the Makitas and the Shaquitas. Then get mad at what they do to you.
That caught me a little bit off guard. But yeah, ladies, this is essentially what you are signing up for. You're signing up to do a little bit of sucky for a few buckies. But I want to take a moment to acknowledge the fact that this is becoming a very widespread thing. And that really does showcase that a lot of women are being indoctrinated with this level of just complete and total delusion. And that's very, very scary, which is why I call these things out, because I don't want us to reach a point of no return to where.
But even as a man, when we hear them things, hey, you got to pay me for my time, et cetera, that's prostitution. Because I know, Facebook and YouTube, that's prostitution. You see? I'd rather a person, here's the thing. Let me keep it $1 with you. Be straightforward and honest about who you are and what you do. And let me decide if I want to rock with you or not. You don't have to put on this front. If you want to keep it transactional, be honest about it. Let me decide if I want to rock with you or not. 9 times out of 10, I'm not. But allow a person to respect you and hear you. You don't have to fake the funk on a nasty dunk. Let's continue.
Where men all across the world are like, yeah, you chicks are cooks. All right. If you think I'm getting ready to be paying for $4,000 purses and getting your nails done and your toes done, I don't even.
Whoa. Let's back it up. Hold on.
All across the world are like, yeah, you chicks are cooks. All right. If you think I'm getting ready to be paying for $4,000 purses,
I'll pay for them purses. Did y'all hear what China's doing? Did y'all hear the whistleblower? Yeah, I'll pay for them purses, because normally, realistically, you're not paying them prices. $2, $3, and some change. That's how much them purses are really worth. Buy you every purse you need. Them $2 purses, them $3 purses, because that's what they're really worth. Maybe y'all didn't catch that when Japan and China, when they dropped the bomb, and they really told you what them items really go for. Those are just American prices. If you want real-ish, you already know what you're gonna pay, and it's not that price. I'm making joke and making live of it, but at the end of the day, and I tell men, stop giving women money that is not your wife. It is not your place to pay for their hair. It is not your place to pay for their nails. It is not your place to pay for their eyelashes. It is not your place to pay for their breast done. It is not your place to pay for their BBLs. It's not your place to pay for their nose, their lips, their cheeks, their elbows, and their kneecaps done. That is not your place. I want this expensive bag. It is not your place. Men, they don't want you. They want what's in your pockets. And you need to stop it. Period.
and getting your nails done and your toes done. I don't even know you and I have not even met you yet. Yeah, like this is why the men are saying that y'all need not to follow up behind this type of rhetoric. No man in his right damn mind is going to be out here like, oh yeah, that's cool. Even though I don't know you and you don't know me and, you know, you don't even see any value in me outside of me sponsoring your life, I'll go ahead and do that. Please. But this is a lengthy clip, so let's continue.
And a lot of the women in these tweets are not looking to date. They're looking to escort. And by escort, I mean being paid for companionship, which may or may not include sex, but you're trying to get around the loopholes of sex work without actually doing the work, which is sex.
And it's just that. It behooves me of how individuals, some individuals want to give it fancy names and extravagant phrases. Nah, player. Pimp to pimp, player to player. Be honest about it. Be honest about your ish. Stop it. Especially the person that you are talking to and they see right through you, down to the pits of your soul. Okay, you don't like what you doing. You don't like it. I can tell. But when you're done getting all done up and ran through, now all of a sudden, you want a good man. Help me make it make sense. Your boy Big Truck cannot make this up. But we got a lot to unravel. This is why we call it adult locker room conversations. Let's go.
Sex. So you have 19-year-old girls, regular old 19-year-old girls texting 19, 20, 21-year-old boys on these dating apps saying things like, I need to get a Chanel bag for our date. Can you get me this thing from Harrods on our first date? What are you going to buy me for our first date? Can you pay for me to get my nails done? That's not normal. And not even really talking about the female rapper aspect of it all. A lot of the things that young girls, especially the ones in the screenshots I was showing, are doing is basically sex work without trying to do the actual work. It is with absolutely no shade, malice, or hate in my heart. You are not Jada Wada. You are not Ari, Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion, Lotto, or any of the city girls. You are a regular person. And it's okay to live a regular life. I don't know what happened to just living a regular life. Well, I know Instagram is why a lot of people.
I love my life. I love my regular life. I can sleep comfortable at night, peaceful. I can cook my rice and peas, my jerk chicken, my oxtails, my curry goat, and have some rum punch and chill. Me don't have to worry about where my next meal is coming from. Me don't have to worry about my bills. Everything is done. And if me choose to go out, I can go out. You see? That's the thing of living your best life daily. The moment I wake up, me say, today I will have a great, amazing day. That's my attitude. Every day that I wake up, me say, today I will have a great day. Today I will have my best fun and live my best life ever. That's my attitude. You see? I love the type of work that I do because I'm doing Yahshua's work. He said, pray for my people, especially the men, the broken men, the hurt men. I pray for everybody. You, my friend on Facebook, I pray for you. You, my friend on TikTok and Instagram, I pray for you. 96,000 subscribers, I pray for you. I don't have no bad blood when it comes to people. I just have love and have peace of mind. Man. So the woman that comes into my life, man, it's going to be an amazing thing. We're going to have fun enjoying living our best lives together. Because that's a decision. That's what you call teamwork. Y'all know 50-50, 100 on 100. We take care of each other. We look after each other. We provide for each other. We both have something to bring to the table of a relationship. When you have that and two good people come together, because women are the prize, men are the prize. It's two good people that come together. They both the prize for each other. It's a win-win for everyone. I'm going to let that marinate and see how many people really understood what I just said. Let's continue to feast.
People think they should get all of these things, but it's just not realistic. And that's no shade. And aside from the female rapper aspect of it all, a lot of women online are selling this fantasy of, oh, if you're just pretty enough, a man will spoil you and get you all these things. Like, I don't do anything with those guys. Gross. They just give me that stuff. It's all a lie. It's all a lie. 99.9% of these women are lying about that. Are there some women who just get money from men by talking to them and just being beautiful? Yeah. But there's a reason why we have that phrase, exception to the rule. They are the exception, not the rule or the standard.
She spoke so many facts. And I do have a few more clips to get into, but before we get into those and y'all get my likes up, I do want to say this. A lot of these women out here are, like she said, following up behind celebrity culture, you know, to where you can see Jada Waiters and Cardi B's and Megan Thee Stallions and Ice Spices and Lottos out here being able to present a certain standard of living or being able to
But they had to work for that. They had to put in work. No man gave that to them. See, you can tell a broke woman when you see one. When I listen to a large number of these women, yap, 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 I'm just sitting back analyzing. I've already saw through them. Number one, you hurt. Number two, you're bitter. Number three, you want what somebody else has. Your father wasn't in your life. Or if your father was in your life, he didn't pour into you as a father should. Okay, you were abused. See, do we need to continue to have this conversation? Why is there a cover-up? Why is your chest all puffy? Be yourself. A man is going to see through you. The eyes don't lie. The eyes tell a story. Your story. Then there's facial micros. Then there's body language. One thing about law enforcement has taught me is how to read people, see through people, call BS when it's being presented to you. Notice things. Everything that's being said and done is being said and done right in front of your face. How many people gonna call it? Or how many people gonna stay silent about it and not say nothing? Your boy Big Truck gonna speak it. If I see it, I'm gonna say something. Because I wanna know. You let a person talk long enough, they're going to tell you everything about them. Run tell that.
Fake it even to portray to the world that, yeah, I'm a bad chick. I'm so beautiful, or I'm such a success.
And another thing. I do not want no woman talking about she's a bad bitch. Why would I want to date a woman that disrespects herself? Number one. Or she calls herself a boss bitch. That's how you really think about yourself? As a woman, that's how you degrade yourself? Why not say, I'm a woman of integrity? I'm a woman of good vibes. I'm a strong, good woman. For the person that I'm in a relationship with, these are the things I love doing for him. Why not keep it positive? I love to be in a relationship with a man that I can be his peace and motivate him, and together we go to the next level. Yeah, we're going to have some storms along the way, but I want him to know that I'm going to stand by his side, good, bad, and the ugly. Why not say that rather than saying this?
Successful woman that I am able to receive this level of treatment from men just because. And I want to make this abundantly clear when I say this, that even those women that are beautiful, that are successful, that are out here in the spotlight and in the limelight, they still are doing things in order to get things, if you know what I mean. These women in general are living a facade, a fairy tale, and an illusion. Okay? Even Summer Walker was exposed, when was that, last week, for pretty much being a chick that still had to do a few tricks to get a few tips. So if those women are still even doing those things, what do you think you're going to have to do as a quote unquote average typical chick who does not come equipped with this amount of beauty or luxury or money? What do you think that you're going to have to do in order to receive certain perks and benefits from these high value men? You're going to have to get low for those high value men. And y'all know what I'm trying to say, but we got to watch out for YouTube. Okay, you're going to have to dip it low, pick it up slow for these men. And look, like she said, there's no shade, because even the beautiful women have to do X, Y, and Z and 1, 2, and 3. So you don't stand a chance, ma'am. Okay? And it makes it no better that, like she said, you are hearing constantly these rap lyrics and these rap songs, and you're constantly seeing these things posted on Instagram and all these different social media platforms of how these women are living. And then you also have women like the sprinkle lady also further perpetuating these things to the everyday average young lady, to where they are also being poisoned into believing that, hey, that can happen for me too, and you can't. Okay?
A large number of individuals want a lifestyle that someone else has. How can you when you've never had it? You don't know what it's like to live their lifestyle. That's like a person saying, I want to be a football player, but you've never played a down. You've watched it on TV. You've watched highlights, but you've never played a down. But you want to be a football player. And you hate on those that actually play football. Help me make it make sense.
As quiet as kept, even the sprinkles of the world, they're not living like that. Can we be completely honest? And again, the men warned y'all about this. The men told y'all, look, these chicks are lying. I even told y'all. But again, y'all call me a pick-me, panderer, what else?
No, pick-me. Pick-me is, I wouldn't be ashamed to be called a pick-me. Why? She got picked. She got chose. She has a husband. You don't have no man. All you have is your fingers, your dildo, and your rose. Do we need to be honest? See, and that's the thing. Folk want to be careful of when they have conversations with me, because I'm going to call it out. I'd rather be honest to you and be upfront with you than lie to you and sell you rotten fruit when I can sell you good fruit that's going to be good for your mind and good for the soul. The truth shall set you free. Let's continue.
Identified a struggle love promoter, and so y'all didn't want to listen to anything that I had to say in regards to this. But look at y'all now. And don't you worry, I do have other women coming up from different backgrounds that are further pushing my point of this is not something that is maintainable or sustainable for any woman to do. And for you young ladies out there who are demanding for these young guys to buy you this for a first date and take you here and sponsor this and sponsor that, I want you all to know that your future is going to be very, very dark, because one day you're going to wake up and realize I kind of blew it. I pushed away a lot of good quality men by demanding things from them that I have not even shown and proved myself to deserve yet.
Or you self-sabotage. Valentine's Day is coming. That's all I'm going to say. Valentine's Day coming. We're going to see. Going to find out.
Long story short, y'all are running good men off. Listening to the sprinkles of this world are going to have you all really stranded, doomed and gloomed, and just doing terribly, because no man is going to want to be bothered with you. They're not going to take you seriously, because what are you even trying to positively display about yourself? This is not something that a man would look at and say, you know what? I think this would make a great wife. This would.
As a man, why would I want to wife up a 304? Mushroom coffee, anyone? Tequila shots? 1800 gold? What? Stella Rose Black? Anyone? Why would I want to wife up a 304? Jerk chicken, oxtails, anyone? Help me make it make sense. I want to wife up a woman that is respectful. A woman that is kind, feminine, fit, friendly. They say, Truck, what was your experience like? Do we really need to travel down those roads? Do we really need to have a conversation about who I was married to? I thought not. But my point is, when it comes to a man, woman, marriage, relationship, future together, you got to use wisdom. You got to use discernment. Open up the doors for a person to show you who they really are. You gonna know what type of person you dealing with when all hell is breaking loose and you have storms. That's the real test. On one hand, you have some individuals that are quick to throw in the towel and blame shift you. Make it seem like it was you when all along it was them. Then you have some individuals that will stand there and they will stick it out and they will stand by you. See, whatever the offenses are, they have to be talked about. They have to be acknowledged. There's a lot of good women out there that will stand by you and rock with you. There's a lot of good men out there that will stand with you and rock with you. But there's a lot over here that are quick to throw in the towel and run. That just simply means the person that they presented themselves to be in front of many, they really wasn't.
Make a great mother to my children. Yeah, I see absolutely nothing wrong with a woman out the gate demanding all of these unrealistic things from me that, first things first, I probably cannot even afford. And then second of all, she can't even afford for her damn self. And then third of all, she don't even deserve it if I could do it. Who are you, ma'am? Y'all don't even take the time out to get to know men. That has become a thing of the past, which is why relationships and love and family building has also become a thing of the past, because y'all have lost the plot.
Like I said, I share on a first date, I want to get to know you. I don't care if we go out for a cup of coffee, walk in the park, go to Yogurtland, or if we do go to a restaurant. I'm the type of person, we're going to keep it simple. I can care less about the restaurant. I can care less about the food in the restaurant. I can care less about the ratings of the restaurant. I can care less about the name, the food, the ambiance, and all of that of the restaurant. Getting to know you. So this is what we will do. We will keep it simple. And then after that, we go from there. But again, when it comes to the dating market, I honestly believe that when you had COVID, which was a fire drill, that changed a lot of things. Because then individuals started resorting to online dating and so forth. Those dating apps, they really kicked off then. Okay? Sometimes being in a house is a good thing because it gives you a lot to think about. Sometimes you need to sit by yourself and meditate on some things. However, the relationships back in the days in the 90s and so forth, in the early 2000s, I'd say when it came to relationships, we didn't see that shift until 02, 03. Just like the shift in hip hop music versus the hip hop music back in the 90s versus to what we hear now. It's pathetic. It's sad. It's disgusting. Because the hip hop music that was played back in the 90s, you had that conscious rap. It made sense. It was the ish. But what you have now is different rappers saying the same darn thing. Not making no sense. You ain't even got to have no skills today to get a record deal. It's easy for individuals to sell their soul, but wonder why there's so much mass confusion when the devil comes to collect. But that's another conversation. Let's not get into, I'll get into that too. Relationships in the 90s, it was fun. Men saw a woman that they liked, they didn't have a problem going after her. Woman saw a man that she liked, didn't have a problem going after him. But look at how they did it. Man didn't mind taking a woman out on the first date. Woman didn't mind taking a man out on the first date. Person asked me in a comment, if I had a daughter, would I allow my daughter to take that man out on a first date? I said, listen, my daughter is all going to already know what to do and how to do what she do. She's going to already know how to move. And if that's her choice, and if that's someone that she's interested in, that's her choice. I'm not going to make my daughter, my child, if I have one, do anything. But I will let them know the do's, the don'ts, the rights, the wrongs, who to talk to, who not to talk to, who to give your time to, who not to give your time to. We're going to already have had that conversation. But again, that's your choice. That's your choice. Being able to have an individual make choices and decisions. All right? Bet.
Completely lost the plot. Now, here y'all are thinking that because you're kind of cute, that a man is going to cash out on you. A man is going to sponsor you. A man is going to put you up nicely. When even the women who are very much so attractive are not even getting that type of treatment. And the ones who are, like she said, is very slim to none. Now, I want to also say this, and y'all like the video, share the video, and subscribe. I am in no way, shape, or form saying that women should settle for bare minimum treatment or not want nice things or not want a man to.
A man or woman should not settle. Period. There's nothing wrong with the man having nice things too. There's nothing wrong with the woman having nice things too. If we are going to be together, we are going to be a team. I don't mind providing. That's the easy part. My thing is, who am I providing for? And why? Why should I provide for an individual that doesn't respect me? Why should I provide for an individual who's friendly, too friendly with people? I need to know, who am I providing for? I don't mind providing as a man, but I also need to know, is this individual worth me providing for? A large number of individuals miss that mark. And me and Danica Marie, we've been friends for like 6 years. I know her and her husband. So, and this is the type of conversations me and her have. She knows what I've been through. She knows what happened in 2019. But when it comes to having good people in your circle, when you have good people in your circle, they know you, they can come to you and tell you, this is where you're wrong. This is where you're right. What did you do? And if you're wrong, you need to go back and fix that. You need to go back and make that right with that person. That's what real friends do. They don't just take sides. Nah, a real friend is going to ask, what did you do? For every action is a reaction.
Give her a nice, soft, quote unquote life. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is we need to get back to the basics. And the basics include us establishing a true, genuine connection with a person first before we start having all of these demands and commands. Let's get back to having chemistry, bonding, communicating, gaining an understanding.
Let's get back to love. Let's get back to communication. Remember back in the days you had those long phone conversations? You be on the phone, it'd be like 2 and 3 hours. And then your mom and pops pick up that phone and tell you to get your ass off the phone because you got school the next day. But you were just so in tune and, okay, babe, you hang up first. Nah, you hang up first. No, you hang up first. You hang up. Okay, I'll hang up. Just meet me by my locker. That's that true conversation. That's that true love. That's that true interest. And you did everything you could to meet her at her locker. I wrote you a note. I was in class. I got tired of listening to the teacher talking. I wrote you a note. Do you like me? Yes or no? Put a check in the box for yes. Put a check in the box for no. Lunchtime comes. I'm sharing my lunch with you. I got an extra lunch sack. You see, it was little things back then. It was the thought that counts. It was being considerate and being appreciative. Now, you can't do that now. Most don't know what to do. They want all these things, these material things. You got to have this. You got to have that. I mean, man. But back then, There was a lot of interracial dating back then, especially in the 90s. I mean, it's happening more now. But again, I don't look at the color of a person's skin. I look at their character. What type of integrity does that individual have? Is that person kind, nice, respectful, feminine, fit, and friendly?
You know what I'm saying? Seeing if this guy is somebody that we can see ourselves building a family with, spending the rest of our lives with. We don't even do that anymore. We go straight to, oh, where's the bag? And that was very, very troubling to me that young lady in that text message or inbox or whatever was like, yeah, I can suck it good. What? See, this was something else that I warned y'all about. I warned y'all that following down the whole road of being a sprinkle disciple would ultimately be a pipeline to prostitution. Okay, we got to watch out for YouTube. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay, it was definitely a pipeline to prostitution. Anytime you're out here exchanging favors for money, yeah, what do you call that? And then what makes it so just crazy is that these same women would be up in arms if a man treated her like a prostitute. You know what I'm?
Yeah. How you gonna get offended when a man calls you out and exposes you for who you really are and what you really do? How you gonna flip out? How you gonna crash out? How you gonna get mad? It's the truth, right? Like men not supposed to read the room. Like men not supposed, girl, don't you know I see you? You're right here. Your appearance shows it. Your actions show it. How are you going to feel some type of way? It goes back to what I said earlier. I respect an individual more when they are straightforward and honest. Be straightforward and honest with your boy. Let me decide if I want to rock with you or not. Don't need you to decide for me, but give me the opportunity to assess the situation. Folk don't even do that. They get all butthurt. Men are not stupid.
I'm saying, like, girl, please. Like, y'all really blow my mind with this. And like I said, y'all will be the same ones up in arms talking about, oh, you're disrespecting me. And, oh, you're treating me like a piece of meat. I'm a woman. I'm this, I'm that. Well, look at how y'all are treating men. You're treating him like a John and a trick. So, hey, do me a split. And I also want to say this before I run these next few clips. I am very, very relieved that there are a lot of young ladies out here who are waking up to this and saying, you know what? We are kind of going down a dead end. We are kind of following a path that will ultimately lead to our destruction. And
yeah, I've seen some women waking up, starting to wake up in real time and starting to see the trees from the forest. But look where feminism has gotten you. Let's highlight that. Most women started following feminism that they had no business following. Well, following something that they had no business following in the first place that didn't have nothing to do with you. But you attached yourself to it. And now that you've attached yourself to it, look at the downfall. It ain't working for you. Valentine's coming up. You ain't got no man. So you go out there and you buy yourself flowers and candy and take pictures and videos, acting like a man bought that for you when you bought it for yourself. Or you with your girlfriends hanging out? Or you with your childrens? You with your children? Come on now. If there's a man that is interested in you and wants to get to know you and sees something of value in you, what's the ham-fat problem? He may be of another race. And did that person approach you in a respectful manner? Yes. Is that person nice and thoughtful to you? Yes. Does that person give you compliments? Not derogatory compliments, but positive compliments, and give you positive admiration, positive advice, say positive things. Yes. Then what's the problem? How come you can't give that person a chance? That person is nice looking. That person keeps themselves in some type of shape. What's the problem? It's only a problem if you make it one. That person leans in with good intentions and you reject that person. What's that say about you, Ray?
And I know that the sprinkles of the world stand 10 toes down on this type of lifestyle. But I want to warn you ladies about this. There will come a time to where you have to face yourself and you have to come to terms with the reality of you not having true, genuine love and fulfillment. Your nature as a woman calls for that. And when you
and that reality check comes around the holidays. That reality check comes on Valentine's Day. That reality check comes when you laid up in the hospital and you don't have nobody to have your back right there with you. That reality comes when you lose a loved one, a family member, and you got to go through it alone. Well, I got my kids. It's one thing to have your kids, but it means something else when you have your significant other by your side, rocking with you. Anybody that will lie to themselves will lie to you. Stop lying to yourself. Be honest with yourself. A large number of individuals need to take a look in the damn mirror. You better know who your damn peoples is too. Because some of y'all getting advice and hanging around certain family members your ass shouldn't be hanging around and talking to. Because they're giving you some bad advice.
You don't have it, you're going to feel empty. You're going to have those voids. And I just really hope that you all will be able to live with that. So if by chance you happen to look up and find this Prince Charming, high value man that is going to take care of you, even though there's no love, there's no chemistry, there's no respect. If that man does that for you and you wake up one day and you realize that that right there was not all that you really needed as a woman, I just hope you can stomach it. And I hope that it's not too late for you to actually find the real genuine things in life that we all need. Like I said, which is love, genuine connection, chemistry, respect, support, fulfillment. Money cannot do all of that for you.
True that. True that. But everything my homegirl, Danica Marie, just said, they're out there in men and women. Those qualities, those characteristics are out there in men and women. I believe and I know for a fact there's good men and good women out there. There's amazing men, amazing women out there. They just want to be loved. And they want someone to love on. And it's okay. I don't need no man. I want one, but I don't need one. BS. That's a crock of baloney. You can lie to yourself. I do need a woman. See? That's being honest with yourself. We all need somebody. We all need each other. Whether you want to lie to yourself or not, because at the end of the day, it's going to show. But this is the type of person I need versus the type of person I don't need. There lies the difference.
Do we need money? Yes. Do we like nice things? Absolutely. But making that the focal point and the centerpiece and the end all be all is very dangerous. And I just hope y'all know that the sprinkle to prostitute pipeline is very much so a real thing. But yes, young ladies, I am glad that there are some of you who are realizing these things early on before it is too late. And you do have to come to the terms of you being exactly what you are, which is essentially an ex-worker. I hope y'all know that's what y'all are doing. But let's continue, because these following clips really do drive the point home of how a lot of women are waking up to the fact that, first things first, a lot of men were right when they tried to warn us against this lifestyle. And they're also trying to help other young ladies understand that, yeah, we need more than that. There's more to life than monetary things and material things. We essentially and ultimately all need genuine, pure love and connection. Let's run those clips.
This is not the most popular thing to say amidst the sprinkle movement, but I got to support y'all from afar. I can't do it. I'm not the type of person who can convince myself to do things I don't enjoy. Like, if I hate doing something, I can't do it. Not even if the motivation is to have all my bills paid. I don't care. Like, I can't sit across from the table at dinner and like pretend that I'm having a good time just because I know later on he's going to pay my bills. It's not worth it to me, babes. I'll ask my parents for the money first.
I want a woman to pay my bills. I want a woman to pay my rent. I want a woman to pay my cell phone bill. I want a woman to pay my utilities. I want a woman to put groceries into my home. How disgusting does that sound? Me even saying it is like, damn. I would never say that to a woman. If I'm interacting with a woman, having a communication, having a conversation, that's not something I would want to tell a woman. I pay my own bills. I know how to cook. I know how to wash clothes. I know how to sew. Hell, I know how to crochet. But again, how is it that a large number of you women find it so, a large number, not every, a large number of women find it so easy to tell a man that you want your bills paid? And the same reaction is like, I ain't no simp. I ain't no trick. I ain't no fool. I know how to pick up my shoulder pads and my helmet and walk on.
You mean you can't stomach being a prostitute? Because that's essentially what pros do. You know, you act like you're just so in love with a man and you're having a great time because at the end of all of this, I'm going to get a little bit of pocket change. Sprinkle.
Before I subject myself to pretending to enjoy the company of a man who I know probably don't even care about me, before I ever do that, baby, I'll just get a job. I'll just get a regular job that I hate. At least then I won't be tied to a man that I don't care about.
Whoa. This is mind-blowing. This is groundbreaking. Did y'all hear that last part? She said, I would rather get a job than to follow up behind this sprinkle disciple bush. That's what she said. And again, it proves my point that the female nature is undefeated. At the end of the day, you're going to feel the effects of not having true, genuine love, connection, respect, chemistry, and a bond with a man, period.
Especially on
It will reach
Valentine's
a
Day.
level, or
Especially on Valentine's Day. You really gonna feel it. You have some time between now and February 14th. You have some leadway. Get your head out your backside. Be available. Be presentable. Be friendly. Smile. Be approachable. I don't care if you on a job, off the job, whatever. Because Yeshua said, he always said he will bless you. He just didn't tell you where it was coming from. He always said he'll send you someone that will be helpful, that will be an asset. He just never told you where. He never told you when. But if you are available, if you are respectful, if you are presentable, if you are approachable, if you're friendly, fit, feminine, man, if a person says hello to you, speak. It won't hurt you to give a man a compliment. You see, it doesn't hurt a man to give a woman a compliment. Give him one back. Ain't nobody gonna steal your crunch and munch.
or reach a point to where you be like, you know what? I would rather do this than that. But again, when I warned y'all about this, y'all said that I was promoting struggle love. Well, would you rather have struggle love, quote unquote, or be a prostitute? Okay, which one? I have real questions. Would you rather have quote unquote struggle love, which is really not struggle love? All I'm saying is establish a genuine bond and connection with somebody before you start demanding this and demanding that. You know, that's all I was saying. But whatever. But would you rather do that or be out here feeling empty, selling your soul, all for a few dollars? Please, this is worse. If you ask me, this is worse than being a quote unquote struggle lover. And these women are proving that. I told y'all so. Men, y'all were right. Y'all were right. Y'all warned us. Let's continue. Get the likes up.
Any other women on here that also will agree with what I'm about to say, because I really feel like this whole sprinkle woman is destroying our reputation as soft-hearted women. How a man makes me feel emotionally, mentally, and spiritually says way more about my attractiveness to him than what he can do for me materialistically. Like, we'll always choose love, affection, emotional safety, emotional intelligence, and connection over what's in your bank account. At the end of the day, all I want is my energy to be reciprocated. Instead, I am definitely here for courting and dating and being pursued.
There are a large number of good women out there that want to be loved by a man and want a man that they can love. There are. There are women out there that are hardworking, loving, nurturing, supportive, romantic, affectionate, feminine, fit, friendly. Those women are out there. There are a large number of women out there that love to cook, do nice things for their man, be his peace, be his helpmate, be his rock. Those women are out there. But it's being overshadowed by 304 activity, by modern feminist women. You know the ones. They're single and bitter, so they want others to be single and bitter just as they are. So they can sit around a campfire singing Kumbaya and making hatred videos towards men, especially black men. I told you, adult conversation, gonna rattle some cages, say something real. The King's Table is not a platform where a lot of foolishness and fake takes place. The King's Table is a place, and I'm geared towards men to come, sit, bring your problems to the table so we can talk about it as men. So by the time you leave, you have a solution. All right? Locker room conversation, water cooler conversation, sideline conversation, end zone conversation. We begin to connect and share stories and situations as men so we can motivate and uplift each other. We come up with different tools that's going to be useful. One thing about women, a good woman, she loves a good masculine man. Men are born to lead. We're born to be kings. Now, the lollipop, simp, peasant men out there, we're going to reel them in. We're going to get them too. We're going to sit them down and we're going to have a conversation with them and tell them where they wrong at so that they can be better husbands, better fathers, better individuals, so that them too can be available, presentable, approachable. For a woman to approach him, for a woman to see him for who he really is. And she opened up that door for him to walk in. So that that woman can say, that's a man I want to build with. That's a man I can see myself spending the rest of my life with. Okay. See? So at some point through all of this, it's a two-edged sword. Woman got to be right. Man has to be right. Run tell that.
Food, and sometimes that means that, you know, you have to pay for the dates, but I'm not only here for that. I'm not only here for what's in your bank account and what you can physically give me in terms of gifts. And I really do believe that because of, you know, social media, this is kind of going by the wayside. And now women are looked at as like heartless, gold digging bitches. And that's just not how we all are. Okay. So it's not all men and it's not all women. There's still some of us softies out here that just want ooey gooey delicious love.
Sprinkle, sprinkle.
Jerk chicken, rice on peas, oxtails, jerk salmon, rum punch.
That last lady, she really did highlight something that I do want to highlight myself, which is how a lot of this type of rhetoric has destroyed dating and relationships and the female perception and perspective. See, by us essentially being gold diggers in prose, okay, we have tainted our image and made men view us like we were strictly transactional, like we did not view them as human beings. And that turned so many men off, you know? And my only hope is that we can get back to a point to where we can turn these things around and have more women out there to realize that, yeah, this is a dead end path. This is not something that is maintainable, sustainable, and something that is even respectable, and do things differently, and also reach a level to where the men can have trust and faith in us again, because we have destroyed that. This whole sprinkle nonsense has really destroyed that, you know?
Not just that, but choices and decisions will come back and haunt you. will come back and bite you in the backside each and every time. And I've already highlighted things about Shira 7 and her sprinkle sprinkle. Already highlighted that. She already hit a dead end. She's a race hustler. She know who to pander to. And those types of individuals that she panders to, that her audience, they're catching hell right now. They really are. Because you're taking advice from an individual that behind closed doors off the camera does something totally different than the advice and the things that she says while she's on camera to those who follow her. Just like Cheyenne Bryant. Cheyenne Bryant, same thing. Giving these false advice, knowing who you really are. Cheyenne, you from the hood. You from my hood, Long Beach. You know who the hell you are. I know people that know you. But yet, you're a doctor. What school did you go to? Where you got your doctorates from? Then you went to I went to West LA. Game recognized game. That's why I say pimp to pimp, player to player. We know the same people. So when you went on Paul Pierce's show, and I know Paul Pierce, he from Inglewood. Come on. Really? Do we really need to have that conversation and walk down those roads? Long Beach, stand up. 21st and Lewis, let's get it. On to the next clip. Long Beach Poly for life, what?
Is income and career in dating and choosing a partner.
Income? To men?
Yeah.
To men, that's not important.
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on now. Because it seems like a lot of ladies in the podcasting sphere and a lot of women are walking around thinking that them bringing that to the table matters. So you saying that a lot of men don't care about their income? Do tell.
99%. Most men do not care at all what a woman's income is.
Let me highlight this. Let me highlight this for a second. It's not the only thing. When I hear, especially on these podcast shows, a large number of these women lean in. Remember I said, when you sell your soul to the things of this world and you make money your God, the devil will come to collect in so many ways. A large number of women, not every, but a large number of women have sold their soul to the things of this world and made money their God, because majority of the things that come out their mouth, one of the first thing money. I have this. I make this. He has to have that. He has to make that. Like I said, I'd rather take a woman that's a server at Denny's because she's appreciative and we can build. It's nice to be knowledgeable and educated in your finances and right in your finances, but it's not the only thing. There's more to it of a relationship. Other words, but I'm not gonna sit up there and say I don't care about that. No, that's not the only thing. What else?
It's the woman who care about a man's income. Like I said previously, a woman could make $30 million. She can be financially well off. She can be set for life. And now she's looking for a man who makes the same amount of money or close to the same amount of money or more. Because they still look for those normal qualities in men of provision and being a protector. And a lot of women equate a man's ability to lead to their income. Like, oh, And when the bill comes, you should pay it. You're the man. If we have a mortgage, you pay it. If we go out to dinner, you pay it. So they're more attracted to men who make more money. And they view it that way. We don't care. I'll take a woman who is working the drive-through at Wendy's. She can be, a bank teller. She can make, as long as she's a productive feminine woman, I could go in the grocery store and see her behind the counter and be like, look at her. She's pretty. She's feminine. She's nice. We'll take that. We don't care about the income. It's one.
Thank you. And see, a large number of women that operate and move in that way, that's modern feminist behavior. Because a woman of good character, a woman of good substance, won't even come at a man like that. Doesn't even move like that. So you have to separate the two. I never put every man and every woman in the same category. I don't do that. Because every man is different. Every woman is different. Okay? But my brother here, Brother James, he just highlighted everything I just said. Let's continue.
Women who care about the income, which is why I said about they're more transactional. They care more about the financial aspect of things and what men can do for them all of the time. We just want a feminine companion, feminine, fit, friendly. Look at those. Nothing to do with finance. Do you care about your health? You care about the womb that will carry.
Ladies, please listen to this. See, there's some good individuals out there that give good advice. You just have to do your research. All right? Same thing with the men. There are some individuals out there that do give good advice. You have to do your research across the board. But ladies, listen to what the brother's saying. So it gives you an idea. Sometimes you just need to listen to certain individuals that give good advice, but also can break it down from both perspectives, because some talking points can be a two-edged sword. Can go for a man, also can go for a woman. And that's where listening comes into play. And really, really having an understanding of where the individual is coming from. But this is pure gold right here, ladies. Ask a man. I think I'm going to do a topic called Ask a Man and have any type of questions that women may have, leave it in the comments, and I'm going to answer those questions with the video to back it up.
Carry my child. And are you friendly? Are you feminine? Am I going to be arguing with you? Are you going to be combative? If I just tell you, oh, babe, can you bring me a bottle of water? It's an issue. Oh, I'm not your maid. No man wants that. And then how can I protect you if you aren't listening? And I often think about the movie The Bodyguard. That's a kid. I like that movie in the aspect of when Kevin Costner, the actor, he got fed up because Whitney wasn't listening. And then she got scared because she got one of those letters, and she said, okay, I'll listen. And she said, I'll do whatever you want me to do. And he said, okay, the first time you break a rule, I'm gone. I can't protect you if you're not fully submissive, if you're not fully feminine. If I tell you to duck and you're like, wow, I told you to duck. Duck first. Ask me later. I'm the protector. I see things you don't see. If I say, babe, we're leaving, you say, okay, you leave. Once we're safe in a different location, you say, what happened? Why we have to leave? And I'll tell you. You should trust me as the leader.
Very, very, very great point. Large number of women do not like it or was never taught how to allow a man to lead, because they were always taught, I got to be strong. I got to be independent. I got to protect myself. I got to do this. I got to do that. Can't eat cereal without the milk. Can't eat rice with no butter. Like, dude, when you gonna listen? Then when things happen, first person you call on is a man. Well, you should have listened. You bump your head a few times, you're gonna get it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's always
Man.
finances.
Yeah. So I'll say this in regards to the question if women's money matters. If women's money mattered the way it matters to women in terms of our money, every man on the planet would be trying to marry Oprah.
Right.
And that ain't happening. Okay? So at some foundational, and I know what it is it really is solipsism, the inability to be able to look at perspectives outside of their own. So when they think, well, these are the things I want in a man, so clearly if I do the same thing, he'll value it when he sees it in me. There's a whole different list of attraction triggers and things that we like. It's like our attractions are not typically symmetrical. I'm like, in reality, I think we're looking at more your debt than necessarily your money than in anything else, where it's like, I think men in this generation, because of the cost of living and the cost of student loans and the cost of things that women are accumulating because they're building up this lifestyle before they get with this guy. I think men are starting to look more through the lens of men are starting to look at women, and she's now losing points the more and more debt in other things that she has on her plate. We're still not looking at her income, because at any point in time, especially if she hasn't had kids and she wants kids, she can pull back and say, all right, I want to take off of work. Or, I can't handle childcare and this and that. So I feel like I got to scale back. So our lens is even if you come in with the job, a lot of us are viewing it with a clock in our heads. Like for me, both me and my wife work, and we were working when we met. I've always had a clock in my head in the next 5 years that I plan to make work optional for her if she so chooses. I've never anticipated that she's going to be working until she's 45, 50, 55, 60.
But see, when two individuals have an understanding, have an overstanding that works for them, they can move in that. You have to have an understanding, an overstanding in which works for the both of you. Just like when it comes to the household. I have some friends that are married, and when it comes to their household, hey, some, he takes care of everything. And then I have some, he takes care of some things, she takes care of the other half. But it's a win-win. At the end of the day, it's a win-win for all. And especially in this economy and what's going on, 2 incomes is better than 1. But it's having an overstanding that works for the both of you. It may not work for everybody else, but it works for you.
It's just never on the table for me. She can choose to do that if she wants to. I hope not. But on the flip side, when I looked at and been in certain relationships and even observed in different situations, when a man loses his job, that clock begins. And if my wife lost her job tomorrow, we may have to downsize the type of house and lifestyle we live in. But I'm not instantly thinking of like, if she don't get a job in the next 3 months, I'm going to have to look elsewhere. Like that's not even in our world. That's not even our frame of reference.
I get that. There was a time when I can remember, to support what he just said, when I was married and, I lost my job. But see, I'm one of them types of people that when I lose a job, I don't sit long. I don't sit. I'm looking for something else already. But picked up my last check, paid bills, because I already knew. But at least that's taken care of. I think I sat for like a week. I think I said for like a week. The second week, I ended up finding something. Boom. But yet, they ain't got to worry about nothing because bills are paid. Everything is done. But that's how I think. You got to learn how to think ahead. Things are going to happen. Life is going to happen. But when life happens, can you adjust? And when you're talking about being married to someone, that's a trust. That's something that both really, really has to understand. That when life happens and things happen, can I trust you to get back on your feet? I'm going to hold it down. But you have some individuals that get lazy, to get complacent when they lose a job. And they get all in their feelings and in their emotions. There's nothing wrong with, getting in your feelings a little bit. Okay, we got a few hours to get that out your system. Now, what are your plans? Let's continue.
And then number two, it's like, what man walks around and says, "Oh, I would so want you, but like only 60,000? If you made 80,000, oh, now I love her." Like, we don't do that with finances. We don't do that with no degrees. We're like, oh, if only you had a master's, I really would be turned on, but only an associate's? I can't do that. Like, that's not even our thing. But it's so strange that like they can't see that that's how the standards they hold us to, but that's not the standard we hold them to. It's funny. It's funny, man.
Yeah, I think a lot of women, like, we know there are women who money isn't a big thing to them. But I think clearly the majority of women are looking for a higher income man, especially if they weren't at first, like we were saying before. If they get a divorce or if they break up with their first baby daddy or whatever, now they're looking for higher. You see that more often than not.
Yeah.
Also,
please like the videos, share, leave your comment, subscribe to the channel.
Like you said, you'll see a man who, I don't know, not that attractive, but he has money, so then women flock to him.
Yep.
If that same man was working at the grocery store, like I'm saying, women wouldn't be flocking to him, so then we know it's money. However, for men, if a woman is fine, she fine. Whether she working at the grocery store or she got $10 million, men are checking her out if she fine. And then if her character is right, the men would marry her, whether she is a billionaire or she's broke. It's not the same for women. Woman will take a man and put up with his nonsense if he has money.
And that's where they go wrong at. Now you see the misdynamic. Now you see the unbalance here. So he just said a mouthful. And I totally agree because we see it in real time. And the types of men that a large number of women in their mind that they've conjured up, that they done told it theyself, that they want, don't show up. Don't show up on their radar. Don't show up on their doorstep. Overlooks them. Don't pay them no mind. No attention. And they get mad. They get frustrated. Then here come all the damn story times and the damn TikTok videos. Well, look how you present yourself. Look how you carry yourself. You got to change your mindset. Man has to have money. Everything is money, 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 money. But with a man, it's not about money. It's part of it, but there's other things that go along with it. It's your character. Are you responsible, feminine, fit, friendly? There's other things that go along with just money. But this is y'all downfall. What you put out there will also come back to you.
Oh, you cheating? Well, I don't care. You cheating on me and I'm in a mansion. So it changes. Money is a significant variable that changes what women will put up with.
So Disciple of Yahweh writes, what advice do you give to a young man who is a virgin looking for a woman to build a life with, knowing how women are today? Compromise or wait?
What advice do you give?
That's a good question. Very good question.
Compromise.
I'm guessing in terms of her own virginity. And when he means by women today, I'm assuming sexually active.
Is he saying that should he wait to have sexual intercourse or compromise with her because he's a virgin?
Yeah. It says, what advice do you give to a young man who is a virgin looking for a woman to build a life with, knowing how women are today?
Is he talking about compromise or wait on sex or compromise or wait on a good woman?
Probably both.
Well, if it's pertaining to sex, I don't think anyone should ever compromise their morals and integrity and who they are. If you're looking or waiting for a certain time to have sexual intercourse and that person doesn't want to agree with that, you wait, and the person who's the right person is going to wait with you. If the person is not morally intact overall, if they are ratchet or if they are, looking for, they have an ulterior motive, then I wouldn't compromise that either. I would wait, I would wait till it feels right. That would be the advice that I give that person. Wait.
You got to use wisdom and discernment overall. I don't care if you're man or woman, you have to use wisdom, and you cannot shut the doors of opportunity. Okay? There's nothing wrong with thinking outside the box. You have some individuals that want to date within their own race and community and so forth, but I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing wrong with thinking outside the box. There's nothing wrong with dating someone of another race. Some things we just need to be open to. Some things we just need to be willing to try, willing to do that we've never done. And who knows, once you've done that, that can be one of the most best, amazing experience for you. You don't never know. Yeshua never said where the blessings was going to come from. He just said he will bless you with someone. He never told you when. But if you love Yeshua and you trust him, and you will be available, ready, willing, be respectful, approachable, all those other things. Well, I just wait on the Lord. Well, good luck with that. Sometimes you need to put your best foot forward and make a move. Sometimes you need to put yourself in certain places so that you can be seen by many. Elohim ain't gonna send someone knocking on your door. He gonna come out the sky, boom. Here I am, baby. I was sent here for you and only you. What's your name is? No. You have to be presentable. You have to be approachable. What is it about you that will make a man want to approach you and vice versa? Once again, it's a double-edged sword. So once individuals begin to discover that and lean in with that, and move in that, then that opens the door for a person to want to see what you about. And in closing, allowing someone to like you. A large number of individuals, men and women, do not give enough room to allow a person to like them.
Until the person comes along to check the right boxes. It's not like a person should be in a rush to give away their virginity, man or woman, if the person isn't, checking the right boxes.
I'm gonna tell you.
And with that being said, we're gonna cut for now. But to drive some things home, and as I'm closing, we all in this world. We all in this together. Y'all see the frame here. Good, positive vibes. Good, fresh, and enticing things going on to draw you in. Good things, good behavior, good attitude to draw a person in. All right? With that being said, it's your boy Big Truck and we gone. Stay tuned for the next show. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share. I want to thank those that have tuned in for this locker room conversation. Trust me, there's going to be many more. Valentine's Day coming up.